We appreciate your participation in our Skills Day assessments, and we've created some tools to help everyone make this Skills Day a much more successful experience. The first thing is that every skill that's going to be assessed will use exactly the same scoring rubric. I want to draw your attention to our 0 through 4 scoring rubric. Each task that's requested will be scored using one of these numbers. If someone is able to complete a task independently after the command is given, that scores a 4. If they need to be pre-taught or shown how to do the task one time with one prompt, that scores a 3. If it requires multiple prompts, it scores a 2. If they still want to do the task but require hand-over-hand support, that scores a 1. If they refuse to do the task or are totally incapable of doing the task, then that scores a 0. Skill assessment number 1 is computer skills. We want to know how nimble a person is on the computer. The first skill request will be working in Microsoft Word, and the screen that you see in front of you will be presented to the potential intern. The first request will be to open a Word document. This document has already been prepared and they simply need to open it. And then the directions are given. Type your name in this box so that when you open up the box, you type in your name. If the potential intern completes this without prompts, they score a 4. If they require one prompt to help understand directions, they score a 3. Please change the font size in the following passage to 12. How do they do it? It doesn't matter how they do it, but as long as they can do it, it's fine. Remember, we only have a few minutes. Please type the first sentence of the previous paragraph in the box. Once again, if they are able to complete this without help, then they score a 4. If any additional prompts are required, they will score a 3. Save your work to the desktop as your name. So we want to go save as. We want to make sure that we're at the desktop, and then we want to make sure it is simply saved as their name. Or something close to their name. And my fingers are not working, but that's fine. Once that is complete, we'll close the document, and then we come back to the Excel document. Here again, it's not going to matter how this is done. It's whether the student wants to put the straight line down here or above the box. We just want to make sure that they can put them all in a line and add them up. If suddenly they start adding them by hand and they just want to add them, that's okay. However, they would not score on this rubric. So once they have them in a line and they're able to add and use the software, then they will score. The next part is another sheet that says data entry. Write your name in the text box. So we are going to write a name, and this will be student Andy, and we're going to save this document under that name on the desktop, and it's okay to cut and paste or copy and paste. And again, we want to make sure they know where the desktop is. They put in the name and they save the document, and then this one can be closed. When we move to the data entry sheet, we begin with an exercise to enter the zip codes for all the cities to the yellow line. And we have a yellow line and we have cities. The information will be found on this sheet that they will use to fill in just the zip codes. There is some additional information on the sheet, but we want to just enter the zip codes as they come down. Once they reach the yellow line on this sheet, they will reach the yellow line on this sheet, and that part of the exercise will be complete. The next part of the computer test is to just access email. And my Outlook is already on and open, and the request is to come into Outlook and write an email to me. And this will just be TSZ Tom, and they can put any subject that they want, and I just want them to write hello. You will have to assess how independent this is. They send the document, we'll ignore that, and they close this, and they are finished with their test. Each activity scores either a 4, completes all tasks independently, a 3, requires a single prompt or instruction, 2, requires multiple prompts, 1 has to be hand over hand, or 0 refuses the task. And that completes number 1.